Hello. I'm Preston Foster, coming your way with another episode of Waterfront.
We're handling her like a baby.
Another few feet, you should be home.
Time to ease her off?
Yep. We'll make a tugboat man out of you yet, Anthony.
Now?
Yep. Reverse engine.
I'm really in a flat.
Where do you get all that sailor talk?
Oh, out of books. Now that I've shown you how to dock a freighter, I have to go back to being a landlubber.
We'll be flying in high latitude for a month. Let's get out of here.
Aye, aye, sir. May I take the wheel, sir?
Wait till you see we're clear. Okay. Slow ahead, left rudder. Signal the bell.
Ever since my wife died and I retired, Marilyn and I have, well, we've just been drifting.
Well, we hope you've got anchor here for good.
Well, I think we have. How lucky can a man be? I've got a wonderful daughter, a cottage that looks over the whole Pacific Ocean, and real friends. And the Herricks had the list.
That goes double. I imagine Marilyn will give you a little argument about that. Dan's her number one boy.
Dan Brennan? Well, I almost think of him as one of the Herricks.
So do we. We've known him all his life.
The boy's made a fine lawyer of himself.
I think he might make you a pretty fine son-in-law.
Nothing can please me more, John.
If you'd have any choice. All right, these are a little bit to starboard. Stand by now. Hard to port. That's it.
Hey, not bad for a land crab, huh?
Right on the nose.
Thanks for letting me bring her in, John. She was a real kick.
Ahoy there, you two! Stand by to pipe him ashore.
Captain John must think the world of your father, letting him take the wheel of the Cheryl.
Dad's been working on it for months.
How are you, Dan?
Well, how'd you like the way I brought her in?
Honestly, Dad. You see what you've done to him, Captain John? He's more concerned about the Cheryl than he is about me.
Before he gets back in that tug, we better take him out to dinner. How about the lobster claw? You just talked me into it. Will you join us, John?
Sorry, May's expecting me. Thanks anyhow.
Oh, don't forget your pride and joy.
Oh, the Dendrobium radium. The what? The orchid I was telling May about the other night. Now, it took a long time and a lot of years to get this crossbreed, so please give it to May with my compliments.
First he takes over my tug, and now he's sending orchids to my wife.
Well, I'm just as proud of those orchids as you are of the Cheryl Ann. Let's go, kids. I'm starved. I'll see you the first thing in the morning, and I'll show you how to check those engines for that trip.
For a man that's retired, this is the most active guy I ever saw. Any more coffee, Mom?
No. If there were, I wouldn't give you any. 4 cups already, silly.
I guess we know who's captain of this ship.
Yeah, I hope you get that right all the time.
Oh, it's Jim.
Oh, when to get back from Washington?
Tonight.
Oh, Daddy.
Hello, sweetie.
Hi, boy.
Hello, Dad.
Good to have you home.
Good to be home.
You and the president get everything under control?
Wouldn't make a move without me. Any coffee, Mom?
Well, there might be for certain people.
How do you like that? Jim, looks a little tired.
I've been on the go for the past 2 months.
Anything exciting?
No, just routine. Hey, what's the occasion?
No occasion. It's a present from Anthony Carr. One of his newest blooms.
It's a beauty.
He's quite a guy. He's got a green thumb with flowers, and he operates a Cheryl hand like he knew what he was doing.
Don't get him started on Anthony Carr. We'll be here all night.
He's a nice guy, and he's a good friend.
Yeah.
Hey, Dad, does Carr go out on the Cheryl Ann with you very often?
Sure, I'm taking him with me tomorrow night. We're leaving for Puget Sound.
Oh, it's against regulations, isn't it?
I cleared it with the main office.
Why are you so interested all of a sudden?
What's the matter?
Dad, you can't take Carl with you on that trip. In fact, you can't take him anyplace.
Now, what kind of stupid talk is that?
What are you trying to tell us, Jim?
Dad, believe me, you can't take Carl if you're just down with you. You said that.
Why not?
Look, I'm going to tell you both something, and I don't want to go out of this room. I've been on special detail with the FBI for the past 2 months. Right now in Washington, there's a federal grand jury sitting on one of the hottest cases they've ever had. Crime syndicate stuff.
What's that got to do with Anthony Carr?
They're getting ready to indict him. He's one of the key figures.
Anthony Carr mixed up in a crime syndicate?
Well, his name is really Carpenter. For a long time, he controlled most of the rackets on the East Coast.
I don't believe it, Jim. I've known...
Dad, I'm only awaiting for your word right now to pick him up. That's why you can't take him to Puget Sound.
I'll get it.
I'm sorry, Dad.
Here you are, Jim.
Oh, thanks, Mom.
John? I thought you wanted another cup of coffee.
I guess I don't want any after all.
John Herrick, are you sick?
What? No, I'm fine.
Are you sure?
We got company.
That must be Anthony.
May, how are you?
Nice to see you. Welcome. Hello, Jim.
Well, look who's here, Jim. Jim, glad to see you. Hi, mate.
Oh, Anthony, I want to thank you for that beautiful orchid. It's lovely.
Oh, it's nothing. Wait till you see my next hybrid. And I'm going to name it after you.
Oh, Anthony.
No, not another word.
How about having some coffee with us?
No, thanks. We can only stay a minute, but the kids have some news for you.
That's a fine thing. The most important announcement of my life, and you only gives me 60 seconds to tell it.
I can do it in 2 seconds. We're going to be married.
How wonderful.
Oh, Marilyn.
Thanks, Carl. Aren't you going to kiss the future bride?
Of course I am. Wish you all the luck in the world.
Thanks, Jim.
Good luck. When's the wedding?
3 weeks from Sunday.
And Dad says it's going to be the most beautiful wedding and a big reception and a million orchids. And, oh, Mom, will you help me buy the dress? I'm so excited. I should wonder.
Hey, I almost forgot. You'll be my best man, won't you? But I will. Thanks. Well, I guess we better be running along.
Oh, do you have to go?
We have a few more calls to make.
Well, I've been present at the only call that matters. You kids can drop me off at the greenhouse. See you in the morning, John.
Bye, Captain John. Bye, Jim.
So happy for both of you, Dan.
Good night.
Wonderful. Goodbye, Anthony.
Bye, love you. Come on, honey. Bye, Carl.
See you soon, Carl.
Right, Dan.
Oh, they're going to make a grand couple, aren't they?
Yeah, they certainly will.
What's the matter with you, dear?
Nothing.
Oh, first you turn down your coffee, and then when you hear good news, you act like you weren't awake.
Oh, you're imagining things, honey.
I'm going to run over to the Johnsons and tell them the news.
Well, that's great. Just great. Dan waits for the right girl to come along, and he meets her, and look what happens.
Anthony spends his whole life protecting Marilyn, sending her to private schools, finishing schools in Europe. She's not prepared for this.
Why do you have to be a cop?
Now, wait a minute. What's that got to do with it? Somebody's got to pull him in.
How can I be Dan's best man when you're about to slap his future father-in-law in jail?
Batten down your lip, Carl. Jim's got a job to do.
What about Marilyn and Dan? What's going to happen to them?
I didn't build this setup. It isn't my fault.
He ought to know. For both his and Marilyn's sake, for their whole future together. He ought to know.
Now, wait a minute. Don't get any crazy ideas.
Think it's crazy to want to help your friends? I'm going to tell him.
Oh, no, you're not. I've talked too much already.
Well, I haven't.
I have.
Dan's close enough to be one of the family. You and Mom practically brought him up. You can't let him walk into this blind. Make him see that, will you?
I see it, but it isn't my fault.
I have to go along with Carl. I think Dan ought to know.
You think it'll end there? You think Dan will keep it from Marilyn if it affects their future happiness? No, it'll leak out and Carl will disappear like it always has.
We'll go to him together, and you'll do the talking.
All right, Dad, when?
Tomorrow morning. Bring him down to the Carolina.
I'll be there. Where are you going?
I'll buy you a beer.
I'll take it. You know, Carl, one of these days... Tell Mom goodbye, will you, Dad?
You should have seen how excited Mrs. Johnson was. You would have thought it was her own daughter getting married. Where'd the boys go?
John.
What are you doing out?
John, you're acting so strangely. What's wrong, dear?
Nothing's wrong, honey. I think I better go talk to Anthony.
Gee, I'm glad you dropped by.
Thanks.
Got something to show you. Look, my latest crossbreed. Isn't that beautiful? You know, there's a great similarity between raising an orchid and raising a daughter. They both require very careful nurturing. But, given the proper environment, they both blossom forth beautifully.
I guess you're right.
But now that Dan is taking over, I've decided I don't care to raise orchids anymore. So after the wedding, if it's all right with you, I want to give this greenhouse to May as a present.
Anthony, you sure you want to do that?
I can't think of anybody in this world I'd rather see have these beautiful plants.
I know May'll sure like that.
Good. Then I'll be free. Without a worry in the world. John, I want to level with you. You think that I'm too old to qualify as a tugboat captain?
Oh, Anthony, I...
No, I'm serious. That's why I've been going out on the Cheryl Ann with you. I've been studying nights, navigation.
See,
All right. You don't have to say it. You don't think I'm good enough to make the grade.
I know you are, but it's a different kind of responsibility.
Oh, what good is a man without responsibility? He might just as well be locked up. Just to prove a point, I've made a chart of our entire trip up to Puget Sound. Look, see what you think of it.
Anthony, I can't take you on this trip.
Why not? Oh, John, I didn't mean to give you the impression that I was trying to tell you how to do your job.
You know better than that, but I...
Well, then why can't I go?
Well, I forgot to pick up a clearance. It takes a couple of days. We'll have to make it some other time.
Sure. All right.
Sorry.
You'll be able to check those engines in the morning yourself?
I'll tell May about the greenhouse. You do that. Pretty full day today.
Yeah, what was docking that freighter? Wedding coming up? Jim gonna be here long?
Jim? I think so.
Bright boy.
See you when I get back.
I hope so.
Anthony, I'm sorry about the trip. Good night.
Sorry it had to be this way, Dan, but that's about the whole story.
When are you arresting him?
As soon as the order comes through from Washington,
The rotten break, Dan, for both of you. We figured you ought to know.
Why did this have to happen? Why? Last night when I left Marilyn, she was the happiest girl in the world. For the first time in my life, I think in both our lives, we felt secure.
Dan, I don't want you to
Don't
think-
worry, I'll keep my mouth shut. I'm going to marry her no matter what happens.
Well, I better get back to headquarters. Chief Brown's waiting for me.
I'm leaving for Puget Sound tonight. If there's anything I can do to help, let me know.
Well, now what?
I'm not sure.
You just said you were going to marry her no matter what happened.
I am, and it's got to be fast before Jim hears from Washington.
Well, what are you waiting for?
I promised Jim I'd keep my mouth shut.
You lawyers are all mental acrobats. Convince her without telling her about her father.
Anthony Carr wasn't born yet, did he? He'll suspect.
The chance you'll have to take.
Marilyn, please listen to me. Darling, you've got to understand.
Ken, I'm trying to. Give me a minute to catch my breath. Just last night we sat here for hours planning a big wedding, and now you want an elopement tonight. It's crazy.
It's not crazy.
But there must be a reason.
Does everything we do have to have a reason? I love you and I want to marry you. The sooner the better.
Dan, what are you afraid of?
I'm not afraid of anything.
I thought we promised not to keep things from one another.
Now, what's that got to do with our eloping?
The whole idea frightens me. You frighten me. You're not the same boy that kissed me last night.
Nonsense.
It isn't nonsense.
You've got to listen to me.
Dan,
Darling, please forgive me, but don't ask me to say any more, and please don't ask me to explain. Just marry me now, and I promise you everything will be all right.
I can't. I won't disappoint Dad.
Please, Marilyn. All right, baby, please.
Oh, it's sad, Dan. I just swallowed.
I know. Everything's going to be all right. Thanks for the lift. wish no more explanations, Jim.
Calling car 27. Calling car 27.
Car 27, Herrick.
Report to headquarters at once.
Will do. Well, Dad, that's it. See you when you get back from Puget Sound.
So long, Jim.
So long, Dad. You're looking at a mental acrobat who fell flat on his face. I must have been out of my mind, barging in without warning. I had it all figured out. I knew just how I was going to convince her. All I did was confuse her. I lost my temper, I shouted, and I hurt her. To top it all off, I walked out on her. The lawyer, I lost the case. Now I'm going back and win it like a man. I'm sorry I lost my temper before. But I love you and I want to marry you now. I said I'm sorry. Now stop crying.
I'm not crying about us. Dad's disappeared.
Disappeared?
Frantic.
Why should he?
He was upset about us. He heard us quarreling. He said you were right. We should be married right away.
Well, then why the hysterics? He's probably just gone for a walk.
Oh, honey, it wasn't what he said. It was the way he said it. His whole world was falling apart. He just wasn't himself when he left my room. I'm going to call the police.
Marilyn, please don't do
Oh, we've got to find him.
If he's really gone, he must have had a good reason.
What reason could he have had? I want him back.
But no.
And we're not going to elope. We're going to get married just as he wanted.
How can I convince you that his running away had nothing to do with our marriage?
But it has.
You're wrong. There's another reason. How well do you know your father?
That's an odd question.
Why do you think you spent most of your life abroad, isolated in private schools? Why do you think that after your mother died, you and your father kept moving from place to place before you finally settled here? You've really only known your father 5 years. What was he doing the rest of your life?
He was in business.
What sort of business? Have you ever heard of the syndicate? The crime syndicate?
Syndicate?
Yes, your father was one of the ringleaders. The government's about to subpoena him in an investigation. It might mean prison for the rest of his life. That's why he disappeared.
Oh, I don't believe you.
You've got to.
You're lying.
It's the truth.
You get out. Get out of here.
Marilyn, I'd like to speak to your father.
My father?
Jim, I tried to tell her I had to. But she thinks I'm lying.
He is lying. Isn't he lying, Jim?
Where is he, Dan?
Gone before I got here.
How long ago did he leave?
I won't tell you.
Marilyn.
He's my father.
Lois, this is Herrick. Anthony Carr has disappeared. You better send out an APB on him right away. Right. Marilyn, you've got to help us. You don't want to see your father get hurt, neither do we. You have any idea where he is?
No.
How long ago did he leave?
I won't tell you. I hope he gets away and you never find him.
Anthony. Looks like we're going to make a trip together after all. Reverse your course, John.
Who told you?
Nobody. Just a matter of dead reckoning. First, your son Jim returns from Washington. And then you suddenly become very cautious in your friendship. Dan rushes into my house and urges Marilyn to elope with him. And there's a federal grand jury in secret session. Now, how tightly must the net be drawn before the fish realizes he's about to be caught? John? Reverse your course. Reverse your course, John. Please. I hate to damage the Cheryl Ann, but I don't want you to do anything foolish.
You're the one that's being foolish. They'll find you wherever you go.
No, because you're going to leave me off at a little fishing village called Arusco in Mexico. I have friends there.
What about Marilyn? You think running away will help?
It might. With me out of the way, that'd leave Marilyn free to live her own life with Dan. She's got a good start. We should be in Mexican waters before long. They'll never find us there.
Never's a long time.
Sorry, Jim, but she insisted on following you. And that's your car.
I knew it. I knew he'd find a way to escape.
You'll never make it.
That's a big ocean out there. He'll get away, and you'll never find him.
Police car 27 calling pilot station operator. Police car 27 calling pilot station operator.
Pilot station, come in.
This is Lieutenant Herrick, police. How many ships or boats have left the harbor in the past hour?
Only one, the Cheryl Ann.
Well, there you have it. So don't judge me too harshly, John. You've lived your life in the cool, clean smell of the sea. You've never been pushed around in the jungle of the city.
Every man has his own jungle. You with yours and me with mine. There's dirt and grime and ugliness everywhere. But there's beauty, too, if you can just learn to look for it.
I only wish the sea was my jungle. What's the use?
Every animal in the jungle takes care of its own. But you've left Marilyn defenseless.
Well, Dan can take care of her.
Do you think he can take care of the disgrace? The public opinion? Is this why you spent so much time raising her like a hothouse orchid? So you could toss her into your jungle? Go back to her.
No. It's too late, John.
Calling the Cheryl Ann. Come in, Cheryl Ann. Come in, Cheryl Ann. Dad, this is Jim. I'm at the dock. Can you hear me? Dad, can you hear me? Anthony Carr has escaped. Is he aboard the Cheryl Ann?
Dad, don't come back. Don't come back. Dad, don't come back. Please don't come
Give me
back.
that. Give me that mic.
Run. Run away. Keep running away. I know what you've done, and I don't
Marilyn,
care.
please.
Hide. Hide and send for me. Do you hear me, Dad? Hide.
Dan,
She knows. You see what's happened to her? This is only the beginning.
Everything you've wanted from Marilyn will be destroyed. You spent your whole life trying to keep her out of your jungle. And one night to drag her into it. If you don't go back to her and make her understand what she has to face in life, nobody, not even Dan, can help her. Is that what you want for her? Is it? You do love her, don't you?
Well, we hope you enjoyed tonight's story, and that you'll be with us next week for another episode of Waterfront.